So I've not been doing too much coding, but I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and it was about this software called, what's it called, WebSim. So WebSim allows you to create apps, let's say, just by typing. So just how you can type with ChatGPT or Claude, WebSim uses those LLMs to be able to create the apps for you just from you typing. So I was having a little play around with it. There was an app that I wanted to create, not necessarily anything major. It's just a simple app. So the app is a towel tracker, let's say. So the problem I have is when I use my towel, I don't know how many days I've been using it. So I try to remember, I forget. Has it been 3 days? Has it been two? Has it been four? And it bugs me. It's something that I don't think I should have to remember, or it's something I don't think I should be using my time to remember. So I don't know about other people. I know that some people don't change their towel for a while, and to me that isn't what I want to be doing. Towels are going to be growing bacteria, etc., etc. So it's not something that I want to do. So anyway, so I thought, let me just try and test this out, WebSim, and see if it would help me create my towel tracker. So I don't know if I can see the back and forths. So let's see. There was more instructions I had to give it to be able to get to the stage that it got to here. So here, did it work? So it was working fine. I could click on it. So say I use the towel, click on it. Say I use the towel again, click on it, use the towel. What was meant to happen now is, because I've set the settings to change or require me to change the towel after 3 days, it was now meant to say I should change the towel. So I was going back and forth trying to get this to work, but it wasn't working. So what I thought is, no point me using WebSim, let me go and try and use Claude. So went over to Claude and kind of just, what did I do? Trying to think, did I? Okay, so I pasted in the HTML. Yeah, I pasted in the HTML from WebSim. Can't remember how I got the HTML from here. Was it? Yeah, I can't remember how I did it anyway, but I got the HTML. So I then used Claude, and then Claude helped me to fix the problems. I then pasted the problems from Claude into Replit, and then Replit was able to help me get the app to work. So what was happening was, when I was clicking use towel, let me go back a bit. So when I was clicking use towel on the day, it would work. I could simulate a day passing, go to the next day, click it, it would work. Go to the next day, simulate a next day, it would work. And then if I would go to the next day, it should now require me to change the towel. But what was happening was, it would still allow me to use the towel, and then it was suggesting I change it on 4 uses. So that's fine, that process is working. I managed to get that to work, but it wasn't 4 days that I wanted to use the towel. I wanted it to be 3. So anyway, Claude was able to help me do that really quite simply. Only a few back and forths. I managed to then get it to work, and then as I got it to work, I thought, why stop there? Let me add in this countdown visual tracker, let's say. So because I don't know how to code, this is where the vocabulary is a little bit harder for me to kind of come up with. It's kind of, if I knew how to code, I'll be able to say and call that exactly what it is. So I think I managed to find it. What did I call it? Circular tracker, maybe? Let me see. Okay, circular progress bar. So if I was to know coding or be more experienced, knowing what these are would be easy for me to search or use Claude to get Claude to do it for me. So I am feeling like, what's the point of learning how to code because I've got Claude? But then on the other side, it's like, well, if I know the basics will shorten the time it takes me to explain to Claude or ChatGPT what it is that I need. So I'm leaning so much more to the side of don't learn coding, but then there's a little part left that says, well, it still might help. So we'll see how I get on. But I'm quite happy that I've now been able to make this towel tracker. This time simulator here in the real app wouldn't be there. It would just work as time goes by naturally. But I had to have this here just to see how it would work as I use it. So just to quickly explain how it works, I can use the towel today. Tomorrow, as the days go by, it would then ask me how I use the towel. I can say, yes, I've used it again. But what we've got over on this side is the amount of days that pass before a towel needs to change. So although I might have only used my towel 2 times that week, let's just say, if a number of days has passed, I will also be notified to change the towel. So let's go over here and see the settings button. So the settings button, let's change it to be 4 days. So let's reset it. So I use the towel today, I use it tomorrow, I use it on Friday, I don't use it on Saturday, but I have to now change the towel on Sunday, I think. Is that right? 4 uses. Sorry, 3 uses, but 4 days. 1, 2, 3. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, yeah. So 4 uses. Oh, I'm getting confused now. 4 days would have passed, and that would have required me to change the towel. So yeah, it's just something basic, something little, something that I never would have been able to do in the amount of time that I've been able to do it, because it would have taken a bit of learning that I haven't done yet. So I would have been struggling, learning. So it's a hard one to say. Had I learnt this, how would I feel? Would I feel happier than how I feel now? I don't know, and I don't think so. I think with me, it's more about I've managed to solve the problem that I want to with the means that I use to solve the problem, rather than it being I solved the problem by learning how to code. I don't see that as important, or I don't see me learning how to code as being the most important fact of this process. I think the most important part of this entire process for me is getting the solution to the problem. The problem was I don't know how to remember when I use my towel. There was a solution to go and learn how to code to do that, but instead of that, I've learnt or used Claude to code for me to get something that tracks for me. So I'm quite happy with that outcome. So yeah, let's end it there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to make some more apps this same way. I haven't looked at my roadmap of learning how to code, so I need to revisit that, implement that back into this document life process, and see how it goes.